A fourth Apes movie, well, there are more Planet of the Apes movies than 4, but a fourth movie in this new Caesar continuity, that is to say, a fourth movie following a pretty solid trilogy. Could be hit, could be miss. Let's see. So Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is directed by Wes Ball. He directed those Maze Runner movies. Now he's taken on the next chapter of Apes. It's been many generations since the events of War for the Planet of the Apes, in which we have a new protagonist ape named Noah. He's on a quest to go get his tribe back from a group of not-so-nice apes who are using Caesar's name in vain, which I'm pretty sure goes against one of the 15 original commandments. Okay, visually, the movie looks remarkable. Amazing. The apes, the land, it really messes with your mind. We've seen a lot of, we'll call it trash CGI. I like to call it incomplete CGI, knowing that the VFX department probably didn't have the time or resources to actually finish it or get it done. We've heard the stories and the stories suck. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes shows you don't have to be James Cameron to make impressive modern day CGI. A couple of the apes, when they're moving around, I was like, well, that does look CGI. There were some other close-up moments where I was like, that looks real. Also, following Andy Serkis and the character Caesar, whom we got so attached to in the previous movies. I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I did. Following that is no easy task. It kind of reminds me of the Lunar games. Some people say lunar. Could be lunar. I say lunar. Point is, by the end of Silver Star, you're attached to Alex and his crew. Now you're about to play Eternal Blue. Whole new protagonist, whole new crew. Am I going to be as attached? Then yeah, heroes are great protagonists. Suppose I could have used Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross for that comparison, but Lunar is so underrated, so I figured why not. Point is, Owen Teague plays Noah in this movie, and I thought he was a great protagonist. He's going through his coming of age phase. He's heartfelt, he's relatable, he's likable. Thrust into this situation where he's like, I gotta get my family, my clan back. Also, I thought Proximus was a good antagonist. Granted, he doesn't come into the movie until about halfway through. Between an hour and halfway through, the movie clocks in at about 2 hours, 20 minutes. But there was something about him that made me sit up in my chair, and I was like, oh, here we go. He was a solid antagonist, a religious, even cult-like leader. Kevin Durant continues to crush it, but that Proximus was menacing. That's right, apes have found religion now, and they're killing themselves over it. Apes and their higher consciousness are closer to being human now than ever. Which is kind of a bummer when I feel like the movie's kind of at war with what perspective it wants to tell here. There are moments like that where it's clear everyone's on board, everyone knows they're telling a human story through apes, which is what the previous movies did also. Then you have a human character in here named May. At a point, it starts splitting time as to who is the main character here, and the answer is simple. Noah, of course. I don't know about you, but I've kind of accepted the fact that these Planet of the Apes movies are seen through the eyes of the apes. And there are moments in this movie where it's like, well, not so fast. We need to see it through the eyes of a human. And it was frustrating in its execution here because I didn't care about her story. I cared about Noah getting his family back. They were playing the balancing act well enough for the most part until at a point, she kind of felt like a human in a Transformers movie. It almost feels like someone's like, well, how are the humans watching the movie going to connect with robots? It's because, well, the human stories you're telling should be through the Autobots. The Autobots should be the humans. The apes should be the humans. I know you know that because you're telling very human stories through the apes in this movie and the apes in the previous movies. I will say where it looks like they're moving forward, because of course they're going to make a trilogy out of this, I am interested to see where that goes. Granted, on the drive home, I was like, wait a minute. Because you start thinking about it, and given time to think, you're like, I call some bullshit. I have questions. Hope they answer that in the next movie. And at a point when the climax of this movie's popping off, shut up. But when the last act, the big conflict, the master plan's going down, it was entertaining. The second part of that statement is, leading up to it, was kind of a snooze. I mean, you do have great visuals. The setup of this movie, the camaraderie with Noah and his friends, I thought that was great. If we keep him with his friends, now they're gone, they're separated. But we're essentially walking through the land. I'm not above enjoying a movie with a lot of walking and eagles, but I gotta be more engaged with the world. And this movie heavily relies on the audience's ability to go, oh hey, those used to be buildings. That used to be a baseball field. How cool. Ooh, a bridge. Ew, we used to drive across those. I couldn't help but think if Noah and his friends, whom they built up together in the beginning, and you saw the camaraderie with them, if they had stuck together and they went on the quest to get the clan back, fellowship style, that would have been much more engaging for me. This feels like the classic case of now we'll make a fourth installment, and it's not bad, it's fine. In a world of hit or miss, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is hit and miss. It'd probably be a better time. If you're drunk. Yeah, now it's a party. Alright, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what do you think of the Planet of the Apes movies? Like the Caesar trilogy? Any of the Planet of the Apes movies, really. You drop that Tim Burton Planet of the Apes reference. I'll be here for it. Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more. Alright, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Alright, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Alright, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Alright, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I can't even say it. The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Alright, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Alright, so Kingdom of the Planet of the... Alright, so Kingdom of the... Alright, so...